homesteading to prepping to common horse sense, we are College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, today, me and Bradley are going to get out there in the field. We've got onions to harvest. Now, you saw us harvest our onion sets. Onion sets don't get big, but what we're going to harvest today is onion slips. And I'm hoping I didn't let them rot in the field, because here Bradley's got some. See, these are red onions, but they're real soft right here. We got to get these out of the field today. So, do I have a special tool so I don't have to bend down and pick onions? I wish I could tell you I did, but there's no such thing. But today, I have a special tool to bend over and help me pick onions. So, me and Bradley are going to get at that. Now, you just bend over, grab a hold of them, pull them up out of the ground. That's all there is to them. But the deer have come through and chewed the tops, so sometimes we have to hunt for them, okay? Because I've let the weeds grow up a little bit the last 3 weeks. So, let's go harvest some onions. Bed looking. See here?
Yeah, light on.
Uh-huh. Okay, here's our onion haul. We have got Spanish onions, and Bradley's got a red onion there. It's a red onion. And then there are white onions. Can you find a white one?
I got one. Oh, no.
There's a white onion. Okay. Now, I haven't picked out our biggest onion yet. Go over here, Bradley. Get close to me. Okay, look at there. That's in relation to our head. Okay, I've got a big head and Bradley's got a little head, so that'll give you some kind of idea. A white onion and a Spanish onion. Now, these are not the biggest ones. These are probably somewhere in the middle. Now, what do I do with the ground once these onions are gone? Okay, see what the tiller does? It took all that green matter that I hadn't let go to seed. Those weeds were not big enough to go to seed yet. So they didn't go to seed, so they didn't put extra seeds in the dirt. But what did they do? That fertilizer that wasn't used by the onions went into these weeds, and I just tilled them into the ground. In a few days, they'll be rotted right up and back in the soil. Now, one thing I discovered, Bradley and I missed about 4 onions in that 100-foot row. We missed about 4 because they're laying down there all cut up. So that happens. You don't get them all. They won't go to waste. They'll rot right up where they're at, and they'll provide fertilizer for the bean crop that I'm going to put in here. So I'll be planting beans in here in about a week. I'll go ahead and leave it like that. The ground was a little wet for plowing, but I'll leave that, and then in about a week I'll come back and plow it again to loosen it up, and I'll plant 6 wheat beans in there. Okay, let's go and show you how to process these onions. We didn't turn the microphone on. You'll see us working up these onions. Here's what we're doing. I have filled the bucket of the tractor with water, and these onions are covered with mud, okay, from the field. When they come in from the field, they've got dirt and stuff all in the root system. So you want to get that out because you don't want to carry that into your house. Now, green onions, we're not doing these for green onions. You'll notice they've all got broken over tops. That's how you know it's time to harvest them. If you let them go too long, they'll rot in the ground on you, or they'll get soft places in them. So all you're going to do is I'm going to take this, okay, use my pocket knife. Bradley's using a set of clippers. You cut the root end off. Okay, I'm not worried about getting it all. I'll take care of all that in the house. You cut the stem end off, and sometimes I peel back this old ugly skin. Okay, and any mud, see, there's even mud inside some of this old skin. So rinse it again. I know that water's dirty. It's going to get another wash when it gets in the house. Now take it and put it in a bucket. You saw us cutting them up already. There's what a bucket full looks like. There's going to be a bunch of those, so be certain to watch as we put them in the kitchen and start working them up. Show you what we do with them. Okay, we got them all cut and ready to go in the house. We're going to take a little joyride with the onions, but this is how many there are. Okay, in relation to the tractor bucket. So we got a pretty good load. I have about 14 onions of this size. That's 17 ounces, a little better than a pound. That's 18.2. That one's 17.4. Okay, and these have been peeled So had I left them whole with that old skin on them, they'd be more. That one's a pound, 16.4 ounces. So I've got about 14 that big, and the rest of them range are running about 8 to 10 ounces a piece. Okay, the next process takes a while. What we'll be doing, of course, you've seen this before with our other onions, but now all the work is going to be done. All of these onions get processed as big onions. The only problem is I've got this made where it'll make julienne onions, but the only problem is when you talk about these great big onions, every one of them has to be cut 2 or 3 times. So you cut them, you can put them in, you use this to push them down, and you do it on a low. Now this one I know won't fit, so I have to cut it again. And this is what you get. Nice julienne onions. Okay, they go right in a freezer bag. Now I've got hours of doing this, so when I get them all done up, I'll have them worked up. All these have been through the wash. I've still got gobs of them left to wash over here. So I'll do these up, put them in the freezer bag, and then we'll weigh them and see what they came out to. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, there they are. We wound up with 17 bags at 4 pounds a piece. You can figure that up, what, 54 pounds of onions? I think that's right. 17 times 4. Anyway, 7 times 4 is 28, 58 pounds of onions. Now, got to get them in the freezer and then the cleanup. No job's done till the cleanup's done. Okay, now if you like this stuff, this homesteading, do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homestead stuff every week, sometimes 1, sometimes 5 videos. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead that week. Now if you hit the little bell when you come to the channel, it'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload every Sunday. Now, it's time for us to get on to the next thing.